local at Hegarty Centra Kilcar, your community store with great value every day. Have you seen our amazing gift hampers? Ready-made or custom-made to suit every budget, perfect for any occasion. Drop in today or call 074 973 8492. Hegarty Centra Kilcar.
Make your event unforgettable with Yes Chef Catering, proudly serving Donegal and the Northwest with fresh, locally sourced food. From weddings and parties to corporate events, Michael, Tara and the team deliver quality, care and stress-free catering. Call 087 684 3311. Yes Chef Catering, where great events begin.
From the wild Atlantic coast of Donegal comes CBio, an innovative, sustainable seaweed biostimulant company helping crops grow stronger naturally. Hand-harvested Irish seaweed blended with cutting-edge science gives farmers, horticulturists and groundskeepers healthier plants, higher yields and greater resilience to stress, all while protecting the environment. CBio's natural products work with nature, not against it. Discover how CBio can help your crops thrive sustainably. Visit cbio.ie and follow @CBioStimulants. CBio, growing a sustainable future naturally.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
And you're welcome to join us here to Father Tierney Park in Ballyshannon for this Under-21 Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Under-21 Football C final between Earua, Killygordon and Kilcar. Two teams that would have been very big in the late 80s, early 90s, and I'm joined by a man that would have had many a battle with this Red Hughs team in that period of time today, Martin McHugh. Martin, you recall some big battles with Red Hughs, Marty Carlin and company?
Yeah, Marty Carlin and I was always Anthony McDade was marking me, Brendan, and he was a great footballer and a good player, and we always had great battles with Red Hughs. They were very unlucky in a way that they came up at a time when a lot of other clubs were strong, very strong in the county, because I was always saying that, Brendan, about that time. I remember going back to when we think about it, and was it 1976, I think maybe St Joseph's won the last one, and then 77 was McCool's, 78 was Glencullen Kill, Neve Clumba, 79 was Bundoran, 80 was Kilcar, 81 was Ardra, 82 was Four Masters, and 83 was St Eunan's. All different clubs won a championship that time, so there was a lot of very strong clubs in the county that time, and there were a couple of clubs unlucky, and Red Hughs were definitely a club that was just unlucky, very, very close, got to finals, got to county finals, and very, very unlucky. And Martin Carlin, we talk about great footballers. Marty Carlin was as good a footballer that we've seen. He had a real great left foot on him, and the one thing about Red Hughs, we see it even now with the likes of Stephen McMenamin, they've always produced good footballers, good quality footballers, you know what I mean? They're like ourselves, I suppose, now with numbers and everything else. It's not easy at the minute with everything else, but they're a very proud club, and they wear them down colours, and we know all about the down colours when they get to a final. That they're always hard to beat.
They are indeed, and we're looking forward. We've the younger generation of footballers here with us today, so we are for this Under-21 C final. And just to quickly run through the teams, for Red Hughs in goal you have Tom McMenamin, right corner back we're number 2 Rona McMenamin, full back we're number 3 Cathal McMenamin, and Keelan Burns we're number 4 left corner back. At right half back you have number 5 Brian Irwin, number 6 Conor Galvin centre half back, and number 7 left half back Adam Doherty. In the middle of the park we're number 8 Alex Doherty captain, and number 9 Liam Carlin. Right half forward Ryan McConnell, we're number 10, number 11 is Conor Gallagher, and number 12 is James Doherty. And then you have Luke Doherty top of the right, we're number 13, number 14 is Riley Stewart, we're number 14, and number 15 is Killian Rush. For Kilcar then in goals you have number 1 Pearish O'Donnell, number 2 is Carl Lyons, number 3 Eamon Byrne, and number 4 is Oisin McShane. Hugh O'Donnell wears number 5 at right wing back. Number 6 is Michael O'Donnell, and Liam McLaughlin wears number 7 at left half back. In the middle of the field, you have the midfield pairing of number 8 Ben Rafferty and number 9 Michael Gallagher. Right half forward wearing number 10 is Kieran Love. Jack Hegarty wears number 11 at centre half forward, and Daniel Byrne wears number 12 at left half forward. Top of the right, Ronan Haughey wearing number 13. Number 14 is Charles Byrne, and number 15 wearing number 15 Oran Hegarty, top of the left. Both teams gathered in their huddles getting ready for throw-in here on this wet and windy day, so it is in Ballyshannon. Conditions won't be very conducive to football, but we're still hoping for a good game. We've had 2 brilliant under-21 finals over the last couple of weeks. Of course, in the A final here in Ballyshannon a couple of weeks ago, Naomh Conaill coming out on top, Naomh Conaill, 4 Masters coming out on top against Naomh Conaill in the final here, and we had a brilliant game in Termon last weekend. So we had, with our Drac overcoming Glenfin in what was just a fantastic game. So if we get more of the same today, Martin, we'd be happy.
Yeah, there's just one change in the Kilcar team. I've just been told that Oran Hegarty doesn't play, and Kieran O'Donnell, who's the only player that played senior championship last year for Kilcar, comes on. He was carrying a knock, so he's passed the fitness test. That's good for Kilcar. So it looks like number 18, Kieran O'Donnell, will come on instead of Oran Hegarty. Yeah, it's just interesting. I was talking there, Brendan, to David McClune there, who's chairman of the CCC, and this is the last game of the year. So it's a massive achievement for them, for the Donegal County Board. And I know Mary Coughlin's here as well to present the cup afterwards. But it's a massive achievement for for Donegal to have the games over, considering the senior team were in the All-Ireland final as well. So, great credit to them too, to get all the games. It's not easy getting fields and getting everything else. And I know Conway does take a fair bit of pressure off, but it's good. I know conditions are not great and everything else for it and everything else. But look, as you said, we've had some very, very good games at under 21 level. We don't know if it's under 20 or under 21, but at under 21 level. So we're looking forward to this today. Kilcar did beat them well in a group stage game. Beat Red Hughs well, but sometimes can be Achilles heel in a way when you go forward. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. It was great to see Kilcar in the final.
Great, the wee club in the final. So we're all set to go here after a lovely rendition of our Anna being there, and the Kilcar team down below us here in a huddle getting ready, and both these sides would dearly love to be bringing back that trophy, that under-21C trophy, back to their respective parishes over the Christmas. As Martin says, this is the last real football game of the year. We've been busy over the last number of weeks with a lot of football, and we've seen some great football, and hoping for a big one again today from both these sides. Referee for today's game from the Letterkenny Gales Club, Charlie Creevy, looks at his watch. We'll be looking to get both sides to line out soon as they get their last words of encouragement from their respective managers. As I mentioned too, it is a windswept Ballyshannon Father Tierney Park we're in today. Very strong breeze that appears to be blowing maybe across the field, maybe favouring, blowing into the far goals from the hospital end. And Kilcar break up the huddle and get in position. Big Ben Rafferty wearing number 8 for Kilcar, joined in midfield by Michael Gallagher. Of course, Jack Hegarty wearing number 11, son of former Donegal player Michael Hegarty, and Kilcar will be looking to him for a big performance today. From the Red Hughs point of view, then they'll be looking to the likes of James Doherty, Liam Carlin, Riley Stewart, these type of players to help get them over the line today. So all the officials have now left the field. Charlie Creevy stands over the ball, waiting to throw it in for the first contest of the day.
Yeah, Jack Hegarty starting at wing half back for the throw-in for Kilcar. Ben Rafferty in the middle of the field with Michael Gallagher. We expected move to full forward, Brent.
Oh, very good. Well spotted, Martin, yeah. and straight away we've a battle for possession, and we expect a few of them today, and the ball is in the possession of Red Hughs, and it was their centre half forward who played it out, Michael Gallagher, or Conor Gallagher, was member of Donegal's under our minor squad last year. The ball is played back to number 13, who's Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty plays it across to his wing half forward, Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell, assessing his options, looks up, takes a couple of solos to see if they're in place. Kilcar have a good defensive structure in place, so opportunity for Red Hughs here to get a touch on the ball, to get the players to get a feel of leather of the O'Neills and see what they can create. As it's moved across this side of the field out to the wing half back, Brian Irwin. Irwin plays it back to his midfielder, number 9, Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin back again to James Doherty, who plays it back to his corner forward, number 13, Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty back to the midfielder, Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin again looking to see what his options are. There aren't really many on because Kilcar have a good number back defending that arc, trying to make things difficult for this Red Hughs team. Martin referenced that Kilcar had a fairly substantial win in the group stages, but we do know that that won't count for much today. We've seen that throughout the years, that the group stages really aren't a good indication of what's going to happen in knockout, but that's good link-up play for Red Hughs, and they get a shot off, and it goes high and it goes over the bar, and that was a really good score, so it was, from Red Hughs to open the scoring for the day, give them a point lead. Well worked score. Good score,
Brendan. Looked like, was it number 14, Riley Stewart, that kicked it. He played a 1-2, and did he kick it with his left foot? That was a brilliant score. Now, I say the slight breeze favouring Red Hughs, but big score to start.
Big score for Red Hughs, who again win the second ball out around the middle of the field, and it's won by their centre half back Conor Galvin. Eventually works his way back to Riley Stewart, the scorer of the first point. He plays the ball across to his midfielder Liam Carlin. Very comfortable looking in possession, these Red Hughs guys, so they are in the initial stages of this game. As again they move the ball around, Kilcar struggling to get their hands on leather in these early stages, but it is very early stages. It's James Doherty in possession of the ball now, and James moves it back and eventually ends up with the right half forward Ryan McConnell. He's been on the ball a couple of times already in these opening couple of minutes. He threads a ball through to, and it eventually works its way to the corner forward Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty can't get it first time, the ball goes to ground, and he's suddenly encroached by 2 or 3 Kilcar defenders. They have them trapped in the corner, but eventually Red Hughs are able to work it out to the centre half back who's up supporting the play, Conor Galvin. Conor Galvin plays it back and eventually comes back to a player in loads of space, right half forward again, and it's Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell looking at his options with his left foot, and he puts it up and he puts it high, and that's gone high, and on this occasion just tails to the right and wide, but again really good build-up play from Red Hughs, Martin.
Yeah, good build-up play in there, but they seem to have a breeze with them, and he'll be disappointed really, Ryan McConnell, not to kick that ball over the bar. But possession's what it's all about, Brendan. We talk about it every day, we do commentary, and getting hands on the ball, and Kilcar can't get, even on with Pearse O'Donnell's kick out, Kilcar can't get their hands on the ball.
And that's a big kick out around the middle, contested by James Doherty, who breaks it down to one of his wing forwards, works it back to the centre half back Conor Galvin. Conor Galvin eventually plays it off to the midfielder number 9, who is Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin back again to the guy who had the last shot, Ryan McConnell, who's been in possession again a few times, as I mentioned, and it's back to Riley Stewart. But again, the midfielder Liam Carlin in possession of the ball, looking to see what his options are. He's in between the arc and the top of the D, and he plays it back again to Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell assesses his options, plays a little thread ball in, a good ball into a centre half forward where number 11 is Conor Gallagher, and Conor Gallagher puts it over, and that's another very good score for Red Hughs, again showing the importance of winning. They disturb the Kilcar kick out, eventually able to get the kick away and get a score, Martin.
Yeah, Kilcar need to either get short kick outs away or get on the ball. Red Hughs have controlled the whole thing so far for the first 4 minutes or so in this game, Brendan, and it's been all Red Hughs because they're pushing up in Kilcar and they're winning the breaks and the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and we've another kick out coming, and again it's won, and well won on that occasion, by the centre half, or by the midfielder Liam Carlin, who was open brightly for Red Hughs. He's down now after taking a bit of a knock on that, and as I said, it's a cold, wet, windy day here in Father Tierney Park, and conditions will have a bearing on this game today, so they will, and we've seen that by Redcar's dominance in these open 4 or 5 minutes. 2 points on the scoreboard so far. Midfielder in possession of the ball again, Liam Carlin, who looks like a footballer. He moved the ball back to the centre half back, who's been very involved as well. He sprays a lovely ball out here to the other midfielder, Alex Doherty, captain of this Red Hughs team, looking to see what's on. And as they play it around the arc again, Kilcar have their defensive shape in place. They'll look to get their hands on possession, but they've been struggling really in these early moments, and the ball comes back to the corner forward Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty takes a couple of taps and plays it out to his teammate. He's been supported by number 11, Conor Gallagher, who's beside him. He didn't get it. Eventually finds his way to James Doherty. James Doherty has a look at the post, but he's blocked down, and an opportunity here and it's their number 12, who is Daniel Byrne. Daniel Byrne gets the ball, plays it out, and the ball is now at cornerback number 4, who's Oisin McShane, famous Kilcar name too, and the ball eventually moves it out of the way, and eventually finds its way out to the wing half forward, Liam McLaughlin. And it's back now with Ronan McMenamin. Ronan McMenamin taking on his man, but it's Riley Stewart that's making things difficult. And Ronan plays a lovely dink ball into inside forward line, but it's picked up by their number 9, who is Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher bearing down on goals now with an opportunity to get Kilcar's first score, and he does that expertly, puts it over the bar. Kilcar opened their account for the day. Well worked score, Martin.
Yeah, brilliant score and a great block at the other end. Great play by Carl Lyons, the cornerback, busting up the field and getting up the field given, and Michael Gallagher did really well. We know this lad has got a lot of ability, and his mum and dad was up here just beforehand talking, and I suppose they're more nervous than Michael is, and his sister Eva, who plays for Donegal senior ladies. But brilliant pick up, brilliant score, and Kilcar hadn't had much possession, and now it's only 2 points to 1 really, Brendan, so they'll be very happy playing against the breeze.
They will indeed, and it's number 18, Kieran O'Donnell, in possession of the ball. He picked up the breaking ball around the middle of the park. It works its way back to Michael Gallagher, who plays a ball inside, and that's going to be contested. It's currently Ronan McMenamin is favoured to win it. He does so, beats a tackle and plays it back to his wing half back, Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty plays it out, and it comes out to number 13, who's dropped deep, is Luke Doherty. And it's now with the wing back, who's Brian Irwin, and eventually works its way through to Liam Carlin again in possession of the ball. Big man, looks comfortable carrying the ball through the middle. Again solo, and it's seen what his options are. Looks out to then again, it finds its way out to the number 13, who's Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty again faced with this wall of Kilcar jerseys, but the ball is kicked in, and there's a Red Shoes player out in front. He wins the ball and plays it back out because there's nothing on. He was confronted by a couple of Kilcar players who had no option but to come back, and eventually finds his way back to Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin plays it back, and it's back now with their centre half back, who is Conor Galvin. Referee Charlie Creevy has spotted an infringement, and it looks like it's going to be a free to Red Shoes, which is outside the arc. It would be a difficult kick in conditions like this, Martin.
Yeah, difficult, but the breeze is behind him now. It's probably blowing a bit into his face. He's not even attempting. Conor Galvin just goes short with that kick, Brendan.
Yeah, and works his way across to number 7, Adam Doherty. Now with Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin again confronted by that Kilcar defence, working really hard to prevent any opportunities arising for the Red Shoes men. Conor Galvin in possession of the ball, the centre half back. Big strong man, got him getting very involved in this game in the early stages. Eventually finds his way to Alex Doherty. Alex Doherty plays it across the field, and outside the 45 taking touches is the wing half back, Adam Doherty. He plays it back to centre half forward, Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher eventually works the ball way back again, and it's back with Conor Galvin. Seem content to play possession football out around this part of the field, trying to draw out the Kilcar defence. They're not buying it. They're going to stay in position because they know scores are going to be difficult to come by today, so they will keep guarding that arc. But the ball is now with number 9, Liam Carlin. And back to the centre half back, Conor Galvin. Again, a lot of touches here for the Red Shoes men outside the arc, but they're not making any penetrative progress in that area, so they're not. So the work try to go over the far side of the field, and the ball is kicked into the full forward. I think, and yes, it's Riley Stewart out in front of his man. He wins the ball, second chance, and is able to work it back. But again, brilliant pressure from Kilcar, forcing them to come back out the field. Kieran Love putting pressure on the man in possession, and Red Shoes have to start all over again. With possession around the middle third, Conor Galvin plays it off to the wing half back, Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty goes to ground. Referee Charlie Creevy judges that he touched the ball on the ground. An opportunity for Kilcar to get up the field, and the ball is in the possession here of their centre half back, Michael O'Donnell. He's adjudged to have been fouled again. So a ball in possession of Kilcar around the middle of the field. Ben Rafferty, big man in the middle of the park, member of Donegal underage squads over the last couple of years too. Big day for Ben. He'll be looking to bring this trophy back to Kilcar.
So the thing about Ben is he never every day you go to Townie, Ben's in Townie.
He loves football.
Yeah, and he's great.
Yeah.
You'd love to see him won this today for Ben, because he just gives everything, and he's great worker. Here he goes.
And here he goes from just outside the arc, an ambitious effort that was never really going to go over the bar as soon as it left his foot, but again did well to get involved, and just from the edge of the arc has a pot, and it just tails to the left and wide. So we're now 10 minutes into the game. Irua with 2 points on the board, Kilcar with a point on the board, and the Irua goalkeeper Tom McMenamum places the ball down, looks to see what's happening outside the field, and just puts a long ball out for a big contest out there, and the ball is broken down, is played, and it's the Rona McMenamum, the Irua cornerback, who's most alert to it and wins it and gives the opportunity for Irua to get back up the field again, and it's the midfielder in possession of the ball. He takes the ball into contact, the referee judges that he barges, so it'll be a turnover ball for Kilcar, and that's with the Kilcar men, and there's another foul after occurring there. So Kilcar, with Ben Rafferty in possession of the ball, have the chance to build something here, Martin.
Yeah, a chance to build. I mean, he was a wee bit harsh considering the conditions and everything else to blow for charging there. I thought he was just his momentum to come into the tackle, but he's sharp. That's twice he's blowing red cues for basically over carrying the ball.
Yeah, and the ball then was with Jack Hegarty, who plays back to a centre-half back, Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell plays it out further out the field with the left foot, and that ball is put in high, but the goalkeeper is alert to it. It drops short, and he's able to come out the field with it and find his left-half back, who's Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty plays to his right corner back, Rona McMenamum. Rona McMenamum takes a couple of touches up the field, has a bright start, this young lad, Rona McMenamum. He plays the ball over the head of Ben Rafferty into the hands of his teammate, and that's a good tackle, so it is, that forces Red Hughs to come back out the field, but it's now with their right half forward, Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell plays a lovely ball in if his man is out in front, but he just can't take it first time, and the corner back for Kilcar, Caroline's very aware to the danger, picks up the pieces and able to come out the field, and the ball is now in the hands of Ben Rafferty, big strong man. He plays the ball out, and eventually it's with Jack Hegarty. What can Jack do? He plays it off to his wing half forward, who's Daniel Byrne. Daniel Byrne plays a ball in, but it goes into the hands of a Red Hughs, and Red Hughs are back in possession. They've dominated really possession in these opening minutes, but they only lead by a point.
That sums up the game. They've had all the ball, I would say 80% of possession. Just Daniel Byrne looked for Michael Gallagher that him and got caught in the kick, but it's as you said, Brendan, it's going to be a low scoring you'd feel with the conditions and everything else, so every ball and every point's going to be very, very important. Yeah,
and very, very hard to work for by the looks of things too, Martin. You know, conditions will make it, particularly from this side of the field. Kicking in from this side of the field is going to be very difficult. They need to be working the ball probably over the far side of the field and trying to put it over from there, and the centre half back now in possession of the ball. Maybe he heard me. He shifts the ball over that side of the field to see is there anything available. They come down, and it's their wing half back, Brian Irwin, in possession now. Brian puts a little ball into his inside forward, who is Luke Doherty. Luke Doherty comes back to Carlin in the middle of the field. Carlin is swamped by 2 or 3 Kilcar defenders, and they do well, but he gets it out. The referee had the whistle in his mouth but decided against blowing it. It just got the ball away in time, and the ball works its way back to the centre half back again. Centre half back in possession, Conor Galvin. Seen a lot of ball in these opening 12 minutes, and it's now with James Doherty. James Doherty plays it off, and it's with Liam Carlin now. Liam Carlin takes a couple of touches and plays it back. I think there's a discrepancy in the numbers there. That's played by number 10, who's Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell plays it in, but the ball spills back out to the number 12, and the number 12 puts it up and puts it over the bar, and I think that might be Liam Carlin, because I think James Doherty is wearing number 8, so we might check that, and maybe at half time, Martin, according to the programme.
According to the programme, James Doherty's 12, but as you said, we'll check it, but that's a very good score. They kept possession of the ball. They were lucky, a couple of times lucky, but they held on to possession of the ball, and that's a bad kick out.
Poor kick out now, and it's with the Luke Doherty, the corner forward. He plays it out to the half forward, to his half, Ryan McConnell. Back to Ryan McConnell again. He puts it up and puts it high and puts it, just tails again to the right and wide. That's a couple of opportunities from Ryan McConnell, just from the edge of the D. Just couldn't get hold of them right after good build-up play, and it just tails wide.
Yeah, it's funny. Charles Burns, the Kilcar full forward, is always the man marker against Killybegs. First day Killybegs beat Kilcar. The goalkeeper caused us all kinds of trouble. Very good keeper. We seen him playing for the senior team, Brendan, the Killybegs keeper.
Yes.
But Kilcar put Charles Burns on him to mark him when he came out the field, and did a great job. And now they've Charles Burns picking up Ryan McConnell today, and he seems to be Kilcar target him as a danger man.
Yeah, and they're probably right. He's been on a lot of balls, so he has early, but And then a big scrap from possession round the middle of the field. Eventually it's James Doherty in possession of the ball. James kicks it out to his wing half back, Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin spots a free man inside, does well to spot him, but gives the good pass, what looked like a good pass, but it just got away from Luke Doherty. And again, indicative of the conditions here today. Difficult conditions, wind and rain and squally wind, gusts of wind coming up, but the ball now is with Daniel Byrne. Daniel plays it across to his wing half back, who is Hugh O'Donnell. Hugh O'Donnell threads the ball through to Keelan Byrne, or to Oisin McShane. Oisin McShane plays it on to Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell been challenged by the Red Shoes wing half forward, and he goes to ground, and the ball is turned over by the number 10 Ryan McConnell, working all areas of the field really well. He's at a bright opening, this lad, so he has, and the ball works his way across to Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin is supported by his wing half back Brian Irwin on the outside here. And the ball now in possession of the number 12, who I think is listed as James Doherty, but it's definitely not James Doherty, because I know James Doherty, that's James Doherty wearing the number 8 jersey, so they maybe have decided to do a wee swap in the dressing room, Martin. So James Doherty in possession of the ball now over the far side of the field, a robust defender on his big days, so he has, and he plays the ball in, and the ball is then referee Charlie Greavy. Yeah, the Kilcar defence was just a bit too robust in the challenge by Charlie Greavy's, and it's a free in just between the D and the arc for Red Hughs.
Yeah, I'm just laughing there. They're putting on the wrong numbers in about 40 years' time when they're watching this video, Brendan. He'll be saying, no, that wasn't me there, even though the commentator's saying that was me. It's their own fault when they give the wrong jerseys and give us the numbers.
Yeah. And I'm sure James won't mind anyway, so, and that's put over the bar, so it is for another score for Red Hughs, and that puts them out to 4 points to 1.
Is that Luke Doherty? No, it's not Luke Doherty. It's who got that score? It's number 11. Brendan got that score. Conor Gallagher, is it?
Conor Gallagher's wearing number 11, yeah.
That's 2 points for him. He's got one from playing, one from free now.
Yeah, they'll be looking to the likes of Conor Gallagher, so they will. One of their key players, that won by their wing half back again, seem to be getting the better of these midfield exchanges earlier in the game. Adam Quigley won that ball initially. Ball eventually works its way back again to James Doherty. James Doherty has a look around, says what his options, slips it off to Ryan McConnell. They're linking up a lot. Now it's Liam Carlin in possession of the ball. Liam plays a fisted pass into his inside forward. Inside forward, we're number 13, slips it off to number 12. Number 12 is or Alex Scott. Alex puts it over the bar. That's a wonderfully worked score, so it is from the Arua men, from the Killigordon men, to open up a 5 point to 1 lead, Martin.
You're calling him Alex Doherty, yeah?
Well, it's definitely not James.
Right, well, we'll put him Alex. Yeah. So that's a great. They're working the ball very well to hand, considering, Brendan, the conditions and everything else. They're very, very good at it. But again, Kilcar can't get enough possession, particularly off their own kick-outs. Yeah,
that's where they seem to be struggling. And again, we've a contest out in the middle of the field, and on this occasion, Kilcar do enough to retain possession, and it's Ben Rafferty in possession of the ball. Ben looks outside himself, there's nothing on, takes another touch. And just again, he needs to move it on quick, and now it's with the left half forward. Daniel Byrne showing clean pair of heels to a couple of Red Shoes defenders. He's got inside the defence, an opportunity for Daniel Byrne, but he bears down on goals, and the Red Shoes goalkeeper does enough to parry it out, Tom McMenamin, but a good opportunity there for Kilcar.
Yeah, good play by Daniel Byrne. Brilliant play, worked it through very well and got to carry through himself where players have gone to mark other players, and took a good save, but a good defence, good play by Tom McMenamin. Did really put his body in front of it to get his hand to it, but see Michael Gallagher I think is coming out to take this 45. But again, if you Kilcar need to get more possession of the ball, and it's interesting to see this kick now, how strong the breeze is, Bren.
Yeah, Michael Gallagher standing over it, and Kilcar decide to play it back. Ben Rafferty just plays a little clip ball back to him. Smart play in consideration of the kick, and then Ben Rafferty puts a huge kick up in the air. Will it be enough? Oh, it's an absolute superb kick. It deserves something. It didn't get it though. Comes off the upright. Ball is there to be contested. It's with the hands of a Kilcar man. Comes back out to their number 13, who's Ronan Hottie. Ronan Hottie plays it back out to the wing half back. who is Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin back to Ben Rafferty, has a look at the post, not on, plays it across to the centre half back, Michael O'Donnell. He looks out the far side of the field and it's Jack Hegarty in possession of the ball. Jack has a look, fancies it, takes it on, puts in another high ball, but that just tails to the right and wide, and that's another wide for Kilcar. Good opportunity, good play, but again you have to give Reg Hughs credit, Martin, to put pressure on them and didn't allow them to get the shot off where they wanted to.
Yeah, Ben Rafferty put up a great kick there. He's very, very unlucky. He's usually at the top of the post, and that situation can drop anywhere down. But yeah, Kilcar did better that in one in possession. So what do we won? Just over 20 minutes, Brendan, into this half, and 5 points to 1. And in fairness to Reg Hughs, they deserve to be the 5 points to 1. It's a brilliant catch.
Yeah,
that boy's a good footballer, Brendan.
That's the big guy, Liam Carr, in the middle of the field, Martin. We've seen him a lot on the ball, and he looks really, really effective in these opening stages.
There are more Carolins coming, Brendan.
More Carolins coming. That can't be a bad thing. And then now you have Ryan McConnell in possession of the ball. This guy has seen an awful lot of football, so he hasn't opened minutes. He plays a pass in, but there's a numerical advantage to Kilcar in there. They're able to force the turnover, and the ball works its way back, and it's the number 4 Oisin McShane in possession. He plays it across the field. Dangerous enough looking ball, but they get away with it. It's back with Oisin McShane coming out the field, and now they've an opportunity to get up the field. Carl Lyons looks really strong in possession of the ball coming up, and he has an option inside him. He plays it off to his other corner back, the new game, number 4 Oisin McShane. And it's now in the possession of their number 9 Michael Galler, who was bearing down on goals. He was taken out of it by the full back, I think it was, for Reg Hughs, Cathal McMenamon. So an opportunity, a free in here just outside the 21, an opportunity for Kilcar to get another score on the board, Mark.
Yeah, the two cornerbacks doing well. I mean, Reg Hughs have got a strong defence, but the two cornerbacks doing really well there. Carl Lyons and Oisin McShane getting forward, giving the ball the way Michael Galler wants it when he's running straight at goals. And yeah, it should be an easy enough tap over for
it's
Ben Rafferty to just tap this ball over the bar and take it back to 5-2.
Yeah, Kilcar will be masters at keeping the ball close. They've used to playing in windy conditions down there, and really smart play, keeping the ball close, just playing simple 1-2s and moving it up the field. As you say, brilliant play from both their cornerbacks, Carl Lyons and Oisin McShane, to create that opportunity for the score. 5 points to 2, about 22 minutes into the first half. Tom McMenamon stands over the ball and again goes long with it out the middle of the park. They're having great joy out in that area, and that's James Doherty. That's a super catch from James, so it is. He plays it off to wing half forward, who I think is Alex Doherty. The ball is back now with Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin cuts through and ends up at the top of the D, but he's swamped out by Kilcar players. Eventually gets the ball away back to James Doherty. He puts the shot up. It drops short into the hands of Pierce O'Donnell. Pierce O'Donnell plays it out to Jack Hegarty. Jack Hegarty again confronted by a number of Reg Hughs players. He does really well to get out of that, but he needs to move it on, and it's blocked down, but it comes into Ben Rafferty. But the referee, Charlie Creevy, brings it back because there was a foul on Jack there, and an opportunity now for Kilcar to create something up the field.
Yeah, Kilcar getting, with the kickouts, both kickouts, Kilcar kickouts and the Reg Hughs getting hammered in the middle of the field. They need to start getting in front and breaking down the ball from their point of view. But you have to give great credit to the two Reg Hughs midfielders. It's great to see the ability. We knew, we always seen players in Reg Hughs could catch ball. These two men are very, very good in the air, fetching clean ball.
Very impressive in the opening 20-25 minutes of this game. Now in possession of the ball is Liam McLaughlin for Kilcar, and he plays it off to his wing half forward Daniel Byrne. He puts the ball in. Kilcar have tried 4 or 5 of them shots from outside the arc, Martin, early in the game. None of them have come off. Maybe it's not the wisest thing. Maybe they need to work the ball in a bit further, particularly playing against that breeze.
Yeah, exactly, with the breeze the way it is. Now they're trying it. Ben Rafferty was unlucky with his, but that time Daniel Byrne just didn't catch it right. And if you're going to catch it, you nearly, and it's to be heading for the far corner over their flag, really, when it leaves your boot, if it's going to curl in. Many's a day we tried to kick balls with outsides of boots here in Ballyshannon when we were playing away back years ago, and the breeze was always, deceiving. But yeah, it's very hard to judge it, but yeah, it's time to get used to it, just getting it right.
Yeah, and again that kick out comes out the middle of the field, and James Doherty shows the strength and hunger to win that breaking ball really, really well. Plays it off to his wing half forward, Alex Doherty, and he's eventually fouled, and Charlie Creevy gives a fee, and the game will resume now with a free for Reg Hughs, Killy-Gordon, and it's with their centre half back Conor Galvin. He plays it off to wing half forward. He kicks a ball into the full forward, who is Riley Stewart. threads the ball back to his left half back, Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty plays it into the middle of the park and then creating a brilliant opportunity. I think that's the big midfielder Liam Carlin again who popped that one over again. A really, really well worked score. This is a really impressive opening half, so it is from the Red Shoes, Martin.
Yeah, but very, very good. I mean, they're the 6-2 ahead, but probably on with the amount of possession they had, Brendan should be further ahead. But again, they're able to win their own kick-outs and able to win the Kilcar kick-outs as well. Kilcar need to get around the middle of the field, start either breaking the ball or getting the grips with it in that area.
Yeah, they are struggling, and again this ball is going to break in the favour of Red Shoes, so it is with their left half back Adam Doherty. Plays it out to the far side of the field. Again, a high hopeful ball is put in. Kilcar should be able to deal with this, to have the numbers back to deal with it, and indeed they do with their corner back, who's Oisin McShane. Eventually working his way out to Carl Lyons. Carl Lyons back to Oisin McShane. These two guys are linking up really well and have been really effective for Kilcar in the opening stages of the game. Ball works its way out now to full forward for Kilcar, who's Charles Byrne. Charles Byrne plays it into their midfielder Michael Gallagher, who's getting into real good attacking positions, and on this occasion again he's fouled. That's a couple of fouls that he has drawn in that area, and very important for Kilcar to keep them in the game. An opportunity now to put it over the bar and bring it back to a 3-point game, Martin.
Yeah, Michael Gallagher, anytime he's got the ball, he's been Kilcar's danger player. He scored the first point and he's been fouled for hopefully the 2 scores they get a second point now. They need to get more ball. The 2 brothers there, who are actually 2 brothers, is Daniel Byrne and Charles Byrne, are 2 brothers, the 2 boys playing. They interlinked very well there, the 2 of them, and but that was better play, and you expect Ben Rafferty to knock this ball over the bar.
You would indeed, yeah. And again we saw the effectiveness of the 2 cornerbacks, Lyons and McShane, working their way up the field too, Martin, just playing, hand passing the ball up the field to get it up there. And there seems to have been the Red Shoes full back number 3. I wonder, did he pick up he must have picked up a black card there.
Yeah,
neither of us saw. Thank you to our cameraman here, John Smith, who was able to keep us right on that one. He spotted that he did get a black card, so he'll take a break now for 10 minutes, so he will, and Kilcar will have a numerical advantage going into the last few minutes of this first half and the early minutes of the second half.
Yes, did you think it was a black card? It didn't look to me. It looked like it wasn't intentional that there, but he listened. The referee was probably closer to it.
I felt the foul before it maybe was more so of a black card.
Yeah,
but maybe it's accumulation of them. Oh, and here's Jack Hegarty bearing down on goals. He has a shot. It's brilliantly saved by the Airua goalkeeper Tom McMenamin. Jack Hegarty coming in from the right wing, lets a lash off, spotted that, was trying to hit the top left hand corner, but the Airua Killigordon keeper done brilliantly to tip it over the bar for 45, or tip it wide for 45.
That's what we want to see more from Jack Hegarty. He's got that ability. We all remember the father when he played, a good a footballer he was, and the mother would say that he got a lot of football from the Harveys as well. They weren't bad footballers either. So, but that's what we need to see more from. Get more ball to Jack Hegarty and Michael Gallagher and these players from a Kilcar point of view. But Tom McMenamin has been impressive. That's 2 great saves he's made.
Absolutely,
to stop
yeah.
2, especially that effort there was a very good save.
And doing well on his own kickouts too, I think.
Yeah, exactly. The one and getting them out and getting them away. Yeah.
So we've a 45, pretty central here for Michael Gallagher. By no means an easy kick on these conditions, but Michael, an accomplished player, will look to have a good shot at it here. He stands over the ball, takes another look at the post and begins his run up, 2 steps to the left, run up, makes good contact, but it's just going to tail to the left and wide, and that's another wide for Kilcar.
4 wides for Kilcar, yeah. 4 wides, 2 for Heroes. Now you're not going to have many wides, suppose, with the consider, but it's not easy kicking. That you have to really, as I said, aim it
at the scoreboard nearly
further away as far as you can aim it. Yeah, exactly, Brendan, from where you are. But so Hughs will be wanting to hold out now for the last 2 minutes or so with this half hour left.
Indeed, and they do well there, Martin, to get the short away to the centre back Conor Galvin. But Kilcar are quick up with a high press on them now, and now if they've the bodies in possession, the force the over carry, and Ben Rafferty takes a tap and go, runs straight at the heart of the Killigordon defence, Red Hughs defence, and plays it back, and now it's with Michael Gallagher. Michael just slips as he makes contact, but he kicks it in, and again the keeper done brilliantly well, because that was a difficult ball to deal with, done brilliantly well to slip it off to his defender, and an opportunity now for Airua Killigordon to get up the field. Brilliant pace shown here by, I think it's the right half forward, Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell shows pace coming out of defence and has support now from his wing half back, number 5, who's Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin, with a bit of time, has a look at the post, and that's huge composure. That's an absolutely wonderful score from Brian Irwin, and what a great transition to counter-attack, Martin.
Yeah, you said brilliant goalkeeping again, Tom McMenamin. He knew he wasn't going to catch it. He thought the Kilcar player getting close to him, and he flicked it out, and it all started there. But what a ball from young McConnell, Ryan McConnell, very, very good footballer as well, Ryan McConnell, and laid off a brilliant foot pass inside, and confidence by Brian Irwin to kick that over the bar. So, you know, that's probably the best score of the game so far, Brent.
Fantastic score from Aorua, from the men from Killigordon, and again the kick out comes out around the middle of the field. There'll be 2 minutes additional time at the end of this half. It's with the wing half back for Aorua Killigordon, Adam Doherty. He plays a ball in, referee sees a late tackle, the judges that there's a free. I'm just waiting to see now if it's inside or outside the arc. It looks to be inside the arc, so an opportunity for Aorua Killigordon here to get another score on the board, currently leading by 7 points to 3. We're into injury time at the end of the first half.
It doesn't see will he kick this with the outside of the boot, because it's going to be very difficult if you try to. He is doing that, yeah.
And he does exactly as Martin tempted that he would do, but doesn't make good contact, and it takes, well, he made good contact with it, but he just probably got too much on it, and it goes out right and wide for another wide for Red Hughs, and a bit of a let off on that occasion for Kilcar.
That's 3. I make it 3 wides for Red Hughs now that I've counted anyway so far.
So the ball is kicked out again for another contest around the middle of the field. It goes over a number of bodies, and there is a Red Hughs man, and it's that man, Ryan McConnell, and picks up the loose parts around the middle of the field, plays it to his midfielder, number 9, Carolyn. Back now to number 14, Riley Stewart. Riley Stewart decides that there's nothing on inside Red Hughs. Aorua Killigordon have only one man really inside the 21. There's no real options in there for them. They probably need to get a couple of men in to draw in that Kilcar defence, but Charlie Creevy, referee, decides he's had enough. Half-time whistle goes. Aorua Killigordon currently leading by 7 points to 3, and deservedly so, I think, Martin, based on the basis of the first half that we've seen.
Yeah, you feel they were the better side. Long way, Kilcar they're out in a huddle out there, be disappointed, but those Kilcar will have the side element, and in the second I'll be happy with that. Now Red Hughs had the man black carded, the full back Cal McMenamin black carded and everything else, but even since the black card, Red Hughs have controlled the game and got on a lot of possession. Now look at the breeze, it's 7 points to 3. Red Hughs have got 1 point from a free, I think, isn't it, and maybe no point. I think it one from a free from Conor Gallagher after 17 minutes, where Kilcar have only got 1 point of the 3 from play. The other 2 was from frees from Brendan Rafferty. So I expect a big second half from Kilcar here, but definitely Red Hughs deserve to be at least 4 points ahead. You would feel that they could have been further ahead. They've been better side. Now the 2 best goal chances fell to Kilcar. They could have got from Daniel Byrne and Jack Hegarty, but just Kilcar's going to need a good start to the second half, because conditions are difficult, and it'll be interesting to see how Red Hughs cope with them. But Kilcar got to sort out their kickouts, and especially sort out their midfield, because Red Hughs are totally dominant in the midfield and given an exhibition of how to catch ball in the middle of the field. They're big lads they've good lads that can play ball, so completely different from the first day these two teams met. It's definitely the further on in competitions. I've always said about Red Hughs, Brent, the better they get, which was proven even this year in the intermediate championship. They go on the competition, they become better and better, and they're showing that today. So looking forward to a good second half. Conditions have a big bearing. People say it's not a great match, and else considering the conditions, it's not easy. The pitch is in great shape, in fairness to the people here in Ballyshannon, but I'm looking forward to a good second half, and I expect maybe a wee bit more from Kilcar.
Yeah, definitely, Martin. That midfield dominance, we're giving them the platform. Alex or James Doherty, Liam Carolyn has been crucial to Red Hughs to getting on top in this first half. So as we say, Aorua Killigordon going in at half time, 7 points, Kilcar 3 points. Big second half for both sides coming up. Good indication of what's going to happen in knockout, but that's good link-up play for Red Hughs, and they get a shot off, and it goes high, and it goes over the bar. Ryan McConnell assesses his options, plays a little thread ball in, a good ball into a centre half forward where number 11 is Conor Gallagher, and Conor Gallagher puts it over, and that lovely dink ball into inside forward line, but it's picked up by their number 9, who's Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher bearing down on goals now with an opportunity to get Kilcar's first score, and he does that expertly. The numbers there, that's played by number 10, who's Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell plays it in, but the ball spills back out to the number 12, and the number 12 puts it up and puts it over the bar.
It's their own fault when they give the wrong jersey and give us the numbers.
Yeah. And I'm sure James won't mind anyway, so and that's put over the bar. Plays a fisted pass into his inside forward. Inside forward, we're number 13, slips it off to number 12. Number 12 is or Alex Scott. Alex puts it over the bar. That's
just tap this ball over the bar and take it back to 5-2.
Yeah, Kilcar will be masters at keeping the ball close. They've used to playing and winning. Riley Stewart threads the ball back to his left half back, Adam Doherty plays it into the middle of the park, and then creating a brilliant opportunity. I think 2 cornerbacks, Lyons and McShane, working their way up the field too. Martin just playing, hand passing the ball up the field to get it up there, and there seems to have been the foul before it maybe was more so of a black card, but maybe it's accumulation of them. And here's Jack Hegarty bearing down on goals. He has a shot, it's brilliantly saved by the port now from his wing half back, number 5, who's Brian Irwin with a bit of time has a look at the post, and that's huge composure. That's an absolutely wonderful score from Brian Irwin.
Shop local at Hegarty Centra Kilcar, your community store with great value every day. Have you seen our amazing gift hampers? Ready-made or custom-made to suit every budget, perfect for any occasion. Drop in today or call 074 973 8492. Hegarty Centra Kilcar.
Make your event unforgettable with Yes Chef Catering, proudly serving Donegal and the Northwest with fresh, locally sourced food. From weddings and parties to corporate events, Michael, Tara and the team deliver quality, care and stress-free catering. Call 087 684 3311. Yes Chef Catering, where great events begin.
From the wild Atlantic coast of Donegal comes CBio, an innovative, sustainable seaweed biostimulant company helping crops grow stronger naturally. Hand-harvested Irish seaweed blended with cutting-edge science gives farmers, horticulturists and groundskeepers healthier plants, higher yields and greater resilience to stress, all while protecting the environment. CBio's natural products work with nature, not against it. Discover how CBio can help your crops thrive sustainably. Visit cbio.ie and follow @CBioStimulants. CBio, growing a sustainable future naturally.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
Kilcar's attacking up here, and a good ball inside to Kieran O'Donnell. Kieran O'Donnell's going through in a goalie. Great save again by that goalkeeper, Tom McMenamin, makes an unbelievable save. Great chance for Kilcar. And Brendan, my commentator, is back there now, trying to get all the numbers right. Hughs are all completely wrong. We're sorry about that, but it's not our fault. And we'll hand you back to Brendan now.
Yeah, welcome back to the second half of this under-21 Michael Murphy C final here in Father Tierney Park. We're back underway for the second half. Kilcar in possession of the ball with Ben Rafferty standing over the 45. He drives the ball out and low and hard, and it's won out in front by Kilcar. Eventually works its way back to their number 18, who is Kieran O'Donnell. Kieran O'Donnell swings it over the bar for the first score of the second half. A good opening to the second half for Kilcar. Score currently 7 points to 4 in favour of Éirú Killigordon.
Yeah, great score at the start of the second half. Brilliant score by Kieran O'Donnell. He had a chance of the goal early on, and just brilliant save by Tommy. But Kilcar have definitely, in the first couple of minutes of the second half, have started better, Brendan.
Yeah, good opening. So the ball is kicked out around the middle of the field, and it's contested well by the number 14, who is Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell plays the ball off to the midfielder, number 9, who's Conor Gallagher. We thought it was Liam Carroll in the first half. The numbers are wrong. He drives into the Kilcar defence, but eventually the ball is turned over. Kilcar having the numbers back, and it's Ben Rafferty coming out with the ball in possession. He's supported off his shoulder, doesn't use it. He's been tackled by a number of Red Shoes players. He needs to move the ball off quicker. He's going to be caught in possession. Works his way off to the corner back, who's Oisin McShane, having a fine game. Plays the ball off now to Michael Gallagher. He plays it off, and again it's Oisin McShane in possession of the ball. Now Jack Haggerty with a chance and on goals, but again it's that goalkeeper who comes out, and Thomas McMenamin makes an absolutely brilliant save again. I think that's 4 brilliant saves he's made in this game. Been crucial for Red Hughs, and eventually the ball works its way back. Kilcar player puts it up, but it tails off wide. Another goal opportunity for Kilcar, Martin.
Yeah, we've had a lot of goal opportunities, haven't taken them. Maybe with the goal getting so good, we're going to have to try to get in closer and just palm the ball into the net and work it in. But Tom McMenamin's made 2 big saves at the start of the second half. Now we know that Red Hughs had Cal McMenamin black carded it towards the end of the first half, so they're still playing with 14 players. But Kilcar have started better. That was Michael O'Donnell just at that shot, and that's another wide for Kilcar. I make it that's 5 wides for Kilcar, but again, brilliant goal effort by Jack Haggerty, but a brilliant save again by Tom McMenamin, who's probably the man of the match so far.
Absolutely, Martin. He's been superb, and had the fortitude to get that quick kick out of the way short to a centre half back. Conor Galvin did well. So possession in the hands of Red Hughs men around the middle of the park, and again it's with James Doherty. James Doherty spots a man over the field, doesn't direct the pass to him, and it's picked up by the Kilcar player. He plays a ball, but again it's a poor ball, and it's intercepted by the Red Hughs men, and they get an opportunity to get back up the field.
Just Oran Haggerty wearing 15's come on for 13 running high for Kilcar, so Oran Haggerty's wearing 15 is on.
Very good, and again that ball is the Kilcar full back line well alert to that. I think it was Eamon Byrne who intercepted, did really well, because that was a dangerous moment for them. Ball now with Jack Haggerty playing very deep, needs to get up the field to get on the scoreboard for this Kilcar team, but it's in possession of Liam McLaughlin now. Liam McLaughlin plays it to number 9, who's Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher has been very impressive for Kilcar in this under-21C final, with an opportunity now in front of goals, but he puts it up. He was under a lot of pressure, and it goes high and wide. He perhaps had the opportunity to give the ball off to a supporting player out wide, took the shot on himself, and it just went high and wide.
Yeah, the ref had given Kilcar a free, and maybe too honest there by Michael Gallagher. Should have maybe taken the free. You see Kevin Campbell, part of the management team, complaining down here. I don't know, was it about the player coming back on for he must have a stopwatch on him, but here goes the Hughs player has been back on the field after the black card. So Kilcar had all the possession at the start of the second half, Brendan, but didn't got 1 point from it.
Yeah, 7 points to 4 as we are ball kicked out again, and it's back with that full back that is just after re-entering the field of play, Cathal McMenamin. He plays it off to the corner forward, who's Brian Irwin, number 13, wearing number 13. Looking to see what his options are. Good quick hands there from the Red Shoes men, and it works its way to the right half forward wearing number 10, who is Liam Carroll, and he puts that high, and it comes completely wrong off his foot and tails harmlessly wide for Éirú Killigordon, and it's a kick out opportunity now for Pearish O'Donnell in the Kilcar goals.
Just to say, we got the team sheet at half time. Fairness, Sinead Breen got the team sheet, and all the Red Hughs numbers were basically wrong, Brendan. So we have the right numbers now at half time. So the boys that were given a bit of credit to the first half, weren't the men were given the credit to different players. So Conor Gallagher wears 9. We were calling him, what was it? We thought that was Liam Carroll in the first half, but no, it wasn't. But he had a very good first half. We'll give the credit now to Gallagher.
And it's Daniel Byrne in possession of the ball, runs into a wall of Airua Killigordon defenders, and it's picked up by the right half forward Liam Carlin. He plays it out to the full back, is eventually with the full back McManamon out playing deep after, and he's fouled. Charlie Creevy, a judge, he's fouled. Michael Gallagher doesn't agree, and Charlie Creevy has a word with him, and he's going to go into his book. James Doherty stands with the ball waiting for the outcome of this conversation between Charlie Creevy and Michael Gallagher. It's a yellow card, and James Doherty will bring the ball forward now on the instruction of Charlie Creevy, and they'll have an option now to perhaps kick it from outside the D, which will be really difficult. It might be more appropriate to bring it in another way. James Doherty just has a look at his options. He hands the ball then to his number 9, Conor Gallagher, who had a brilliant first half for the Airua Killigordon men, and he is going to place the ball on the ground just outside the 45, fairly central, but by no means an easy kick, Martin.
No, it's a difficult kick. It'd be interesting to see how he strikes this, because he is a very good striker off the ground.
Conor Gallagher doesn't make good contact. It goes in low, but it's picked up by the number 3, who's having a fine game, Eamon Byrne, for Kilcar, and he's dragged to the floor. So he is, and Charlie Creevy, who I would imagine will issue another yellow card here on this occasion, because he made no attempt to play the ball at all. And it's the wing half forward Liam Carlin, I think, who's going to go into the referee's book on this occasion.
Yeah, it's probably good enough tactic to stop Kilcar coming out with the ball and to slow the game down, was to give them time. But I think he should try to give away the foul without giving away a yellow card, because he needs to watch himself now.
It was actually the corner forward Brian Irwin, but now the ball is with Kieran Love for Kilcar. He plays it across, but again it's intercepted by the full back, Cathal McManamon, who has made a huge impact since he's re-entered the field of play, but he's blocked down on that occasion by good work from the wing half forward Daniel Byrne from Kilcar, and the ball is out for a sideline kick. So it is for Airua Killigordon, and the ball is in the hands of the left half back Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty receives the ball back after playing it to a centre back, Conor Galvin. Conor Galvin been put under pressure by the Kilcar forwards, but eventually able to work the ball out. He evades the tackle of the Kilcar player, moves it up, playing in tight spaces along the line here. So they are, as Conor Gallagher in possession of the ball, but again brilliant turnover from Kilcar. They had the bodies there and they were able to force the turnover, and the ball is played across the field now and is in possession of Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin for Kilcar, taking on his man, goes by him, has a look up, he's going to have a pot at it, but it's going to drop short, and it drops short, and again the keeper is there to deal with it, ably supported by the number 14 Ryan McConnell back assisting his keeper, and the ball eventually works its way out to the centre half back Conor Galvin. Conor Galvin looking to see, he moves the ball off to the right half forward, who is Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin moves it up again now, and an opportunity for Airua Killigordon to get up the field with Conor Gallagher. He plays it lovely off to James Doherty. James Doherty cuts in the middle side, puts up a high ball, but that's again going to tail to the right and wide, and another wide for Airua after a good sweep and move up the field. They leave with nothing, Martin.
Yeah, I think from their point of view they need to work it in better, and try to get, it's hard to kick out there, and that was good movement, good defend, and worked the ball out very well. I suppose the two midfielders directly involved in that move. Conor Gallagher, who's probably been, was he outfield player, the best player in show so far today. He's had a very, very, very solid game so far in the middle of the field.
He has indeed, and this occasion Kilcar able to retain the kick out through the left half back. Liam McLaughlin has played up the field, and there's a little nudge in the back there, so it'll be possession again to Airua, with Keelan Burns in possession of the ball. He plays it back, and now Airua Killigordon look to get the ball up the field through Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty again needs to move the ball on, because you've Kilcar players encroaching on him, Jack Hegarty being one of them, and number 15 Kieran O'Donnell being the other. So Airua been forced to play the ball around their own back line. Eventually it's with that man centre half back. Conor Galvin had a fine first half, so he had 2 for Airua. It's now with their corner back Keelan Burns. Keelan Burns runs into traffic and looks like he's going to be turned over. The ball drops to the floor, and indeed he is turned over, and it's the Liam McLaughlin again who wins that dirty ball around the middle of the field. He's been quite effective doing that for the Kilcar men today, picking up a lot of loose ball around that area, and eventually draws a foul just outside the 45 and gives opportunity for Kilcar to build something from here, Martin.
Yeah, good play, good turnover by Liam McLaughlin on the far side. He's had a very, very good start to the second half with his left foot out there. And Ben Rafferty thought about going for a score here, but yeah, Kilcar have definitely been better in the second half, and they're controlling far more possession.
And now is that man we mentioned, Liam McLaughlin, in possession of the ball. He puts it in. Keeper was very afraid of it, so he was Thomas McMenamin, but shows you how astute the keeper was. Just make sure that the ball went out and wide, and eventually it did. So a kick out for Airua Killigordon here. In the second half of this under 21 Michael Murphy football final here in Tierney Park, a windy and wet Tierney Park and Ballyshannon. So it is 7 points to 4 in this match. So only 1 score so far in the second half, and that's been for Kilcar. The ball is kicked out around the middle of the field. We have another battle for possession, and it's the number 18, Kieran O'Donnell, who ends up with the ball in his hands. He plays it through to Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher takes a number of touches, evades a couple of tackles, and is going to keep going. Drives past a number of tackles, goes to ground. Referee judges that it's a penalty. That was brilliant play from Michael Gallagher. That's about taking leadership and taking ownership, driving at the heart of the Red Hughs defence, and eventually drawing the foul. Referee Kieran Creevy decides it's a penalty. Opportunity this for Kilcar to get back into the game.
Yeah, good play by Michael Gallagher. He's prepared to take people on, which is a big thing. So Ben Rafferty has the ball in his hands. Can Kilcar, haven't got ball from play past Tom McMenamin, can they get it from a penalty and put it past Tom and the goals? It looks like it's Ben Rafferty who's going to kick it, taking on responsibility and leadership, and this is a big moment in the game, considering this could draw it level. If he scores this, he will definitely go for power.
Quick enough, he goes for power. He doesn't get it, saved by the keeper, but he comes in on the rebound and has the easy task of slotting it into the net. And I think a lot of the credit has to go to Michael Gallagher for his fortitude to go at this Red Hughs defence, because they weren't giving anything away. Draws the penalty. Ben Rafferty, first attempt saved, but puts in the rebound. Level all square here, Martin.
Yeah, he didn't. He ran up very quick, Ben, to hit the ball, and Tom McMenamin went the right way, but he couldn't get up off the ground, and Ben Rafferty knocked in the net. It's all square, definitely Kilcar have been a lot better in this second half.
All to play for here in Tierney Park. Ball kicked out around the middle of the field. Both sidelines claiming that it's theirs, but the linesman is the man that matters, and he flags it in Red Hughs Airua Killigordon's favour. It's James Doherty standing over. Had a big first half for Airua Killigordon, but it's kind of gone out of it a wee bit in the second half, so they'll be looking to get that midfield and get that supremacy around the middle of the park. Plays the ball back to his midfield partner, who is Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher breaks the first tackle and drives forward, plays it onto his full forward, who is Ryan McConnell. Ball is kicked in, then corner forward loses a feet initially and eventually wins it back, and it's with Ronan Haughey. With Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin plays it back to number 3, who is Cathal McMenamin. Cathal McMenamin across the field here, and it's James Doherty, but it just evades him and comes out over the line, and that's a bit of a let off again for the Kilcar men as they win a sideline over this near side of the field. Just the pass went too wide from, wasn't able to adjust his body position to get to it, and it just tailed out. And the ball now in possession of Kilcar, middle third of the field. Liam McLaughlin in possession. Liam McLaughlin takes a couple of touches. He's had a busy second half, this man, so he's been involved in a lot of the good that Kilcar have done. Has to come back this way, plays it to his centre half back, who is Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell plays it out here again to the right half forward, Kieran Love. Kieran Love would love a score. Can he put it over the bar? He's a bit too far out to take a shot at this stage, but he plays it back to Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin, couple of touches, been confronted by the full forward for Airua, who eventually gives a brilliant turnover and moves the ball out, but it's won back immediately by Michael O'Donnell for Kilcar, and again they have an opportunity to get up the field, and it's Jack Hegarty in possession, far side of the field under the stand. He takes on the first, evades the first tackle, has a look at the post, puts it up in the bar. Jack hits it high and hits it over the bar. What a super score, and Kilcar lead for what I think is the first time in this game by 1-5 to 7 points, Martin.
Yeah, you're right. First time in the game to lead is right. 1-5. It's a good time to go into the lead. Brilliant play. It was again Michael Goller that got his hand on the ball when Lee McLaughlin just was dispossessed there, and he got his hand to knock it back to Michael O'Donnell, who played at Jack Hegarty, and that's what we know Jack Hegarty can do. Your left foot from the far side seems to be the advantage with the one. Lee McLaughlin's had a couple of chances over there, but it's been good. I think it's Kieran Love that just picked up a bit of a knock there, but is he okay? He's coming out here below us, but. Listen, as you said, it's a very, very good time to lead. About 15 and a half minutes into the second half, and Kilcar have gone into the lead. But the penalty goal was a big score.
Penalty goal was a huge score. Ben Rafferty very alive to the ball, been saved by the keeper, was quick in and had the simple task of putting it into an empty net. But the follow-up score from Jack Hegarty gives Kilcar the lead as the ball is kicked around the middle of the field. We have a battle for possession. It's won by the full-back for Erua. Killy Gordon, but Charlie Creevy is in there and he decides that he's going to hop the ball, and the number 10 for Kilcar, Kieran Love, re-enters the field of play after getting a bit of treatment. The ball is thrown up and it's won by James Doherty among a host of players, but he can't get it away, but he has support from his wing half back, who is Adam Doherty. But eventually the ball works its way back to Kilcar, and it's Ben Rafferty. He plays the ball in, but again the referee judges that he's been fouled. There's a free kick for Kilcar just outside the arc, an opportunity for a 2-pointer perhaps if you had a left-footed kicker that can put it up, because the wind will take it back, and Ben Rafferty could be just that man.
Yeah, Ben Rafferty's right-footed. I think you're right. Liam McLaughlin might be the man to kick the ball with his left foot, and Oisin Coyle has come on here for the Red Hughs men down below us here. He's coming in now instead of number 15, who's Oisin Muldoon. So one Oisin for another for Red Hughs, but it's Ben Rafferty. I take it he's going to have to hit this Brendan with the outside of the boot with the way the breeze is, or he might even go short. And no, he's going round the corner. It'll be a good kick, Ben. But as I said, he's the man. If you go over to Townie, you see him over there practicing. Yeah. So Ben with plenty of wand in Townie as well.
And he puts it up high. It is going to drop short. We're going to have a battle possession. It's won by Jack Hegarty in the edge of the square, so it is. He takes a pot, it's blocked. Kilcar looking for something off it. They're not getting it, but the referee stops play because there's a couple of players down injured, so there was after that infraction.
Yeah, I think it was Michael Gallagher that won the ball and got his. Kilcar were complaining maybe Brennan a bit of foot block, but I think it was good defending by fairness to the Red Hughs men. They made very good defending, but Michael Gallagher's down injured. And the one player Kilcar at the minute couldn't afford to lose, because he's had a great game up to now so he's still down injured getting treatment. So it's got a wee bit messy. What's seven? We've gone just 18 minutes into the second half, and it's been a quick second half, but it hasn't. Red Hughs haven't really got going in the second half the way they played the first half, but Kilcar have definitely upped the ante since half time.
Yeah, they've been more effective around the middle third, so that has give them the platform maybe to get up the field. And as you mentioned, Michael Gallagher, it was indeed him that got that shot off and was blocked, and he is key. He's been key man, so he has for Kilcar today. He's been involved in most of their scores in one way or another, so it'll be important for Kilcar that he stays on the field. Maybe takes a minute or two inside in the full forward line until he gets himself right, but in the meantime the ball is played back, and it's with the right half forward for Erua, Killy Gordon, who is Liam Carlin. Liam Carlin moves it along the field, still in possession of it. Been tackled by the Kilcar player, but referee Charlie Greavy judges that it is a free for Rui Killy Gordon over far stand side of the field. He plays it to his corner back, Keelan Burns. Keelan Burns looking to see what his options are. Comes back again. Nothing really doing. Kilcar have a lot of players back and playing fairly out the field, and the ball now in the possession of Conor Gallagher. Had a huge first half for Eru Killigordon, haven't been as prominent in the second half, so they'll be looking to get him back in the ball. And it's now with Keir Brown. Keir Brown plays a dink ball in, a lovely dink ball in inside into the full forward Ryan McConnell beats his man, and it's back with Keir Brown, and he just has to sturdy himself and does brilliantly well to put it over the bar. That's a real perfect execution of the pass initially, and the score after that, Martin. Brilliant score for Eru Killigordon.
Yeah, and that's their first score in the second half from Keir Brown. I think he had won 7 the last day, so even though he's wearing 11, we were told he was wearing 18, but he's wearing 11. But that's back level again, and well worked foot pass inside. but Kilcara won this ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and again it was that Liam McLaughlin, who won that dirty ball around the middle of the field for them, and the ball now in possession of, I think it's Ben Rafferty. Ben Rafferty takes a solo and go, takes on a couple of men, plays it back to his colleague, and it's now with the centre half back, who's Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell plays the ball over to Liam McLaughlin. That left foot of his, taking his couple of touches, plays it off to Jack Hegarty, playing deep out the field. Jack likes to take his man on this occasion. He decides, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Gets inside his man, takes it back, plays a lovely 1-2, and puts a brilliant point over the bar. That's an absolutely fantastic score from Jack Hegarty, playing a 1-2 with his colleague inside there, takes the ball back inside the D and just clips it over brilliantly with his left foot.
That's a brilliant play by Jack Hegarty. And that's we know what's in him, and he's been brilliant. No, very good second half. He had the goal chance the first half, but he's brilliant to that side. Him and Liam McLaughlin have really taken the fight, and Michael Gallagher, but particularly the two of them on the far side. And there's Liam McLaughlin after catching a great ball in the middle of the field.
Absolutely unbelievable second half from the wing half back for Kilcar, number 7. We're number 7, Liam McLaughlin, giving the ball on his back with Jack Hegarty, so it is. Plays it off, and Kilcar decide to come back around with the ball, and eventually works way back to Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher has a man supporting him through the middle here if he can get it off to him, but he's tackled hard. He does really well to get it off, but the referee decides that he has overcarried, and it's a free to Éirú Killigordon. Back in possession. They haven't really got going in the second half at all. We saw them play some good football in the first half, struggling to get up the field. That might be reflective of the strong breeze that's here in Farder Tierney Park today. So the ball is now currently with their number 10, Liam Carolan. Receives it back, and it's now with Riley Stewart. Riley Stewart attacking this left wing here in front of the dugouts, plays it to a centre half board, Ciara Brown. Ciara Brown, as you said, scored heavily in the semi-final win over Nadooney, plays it back to centre half back Conor Galvin. He moves it off, and it's back with Ciara Brown again after a necklace of passes around the middle third. Moves the ball out the far side of the field. Back to Ciara Brown again. That's his 4th time involved in this move. Plays it out to his midfielder, I think it is Conor Gallagher. Is it out the far side of the field? He looks to see what his options are, but he's faced by a number of Kilcar defenders who do really well to force him back. Couldn't get the shot away. Kicks the ball back to a centre half back, Conor Galvin, standing as the quarterback out here. He places the left half back, Adam Doherty. Looking to get something going here for Killigordon. Kilcar back here now with their defensive shape in place, so they are for this bit. Ciara Brown puts the ball up, decides he's going to have an option. There was a little flick in there from the full forward, but the Kilcar keeper was alive to it, and they kick back possession, and it's played to the number 2, their cornerback, Carl Lyons. Carl Lyons now coming up the field. He plays it off to Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin now been confronted by 2 Éirú Killigordon defenders, but evades the tackle brilliantly and attacking up that left hand side of the field, and eventually he's tripped and brought down by the Éirú man, and it'll be a free kick to Kilcar over the far side of the field. And once again we see that interlink play from the cornerbacks for Kilcar, Carl Lyons, Oisin McShane, but in particular Liam McLaughlin, that ability to carry the ball out of defence, relieve the pressure, Martin.
Yeah, Carl Lyons had a very good game, cornerback as well. He's really worked really well, left footed, and Liam McLaughlin left footed, and Jack Hegarty left footed. The number 12 Riley Stewart has just picked up a yellow card there as well. But I think, look, the Kilcar, like, there's 7 as Kilcar team minors next year again, as far as I know, underage. So hopefully we will play Division 1 minor next year and compete at a good level. Hopefully we can. Like, it's Corey O'Donnell coming on, another young man that'll be a minor, still a minor next year. And looking at there, like, Liam McLaughlin's been very, very effective. Jack Hegarty, very good. Jack has got cramp and looks like he's going to have to come off. He's picked up that time. He made a great tackle on the far side. It looks like Jack is definitely going to have to go. So he's a loss to Kilcar. Like, when you consider, like, it's only still a 1-point game. Even though Kilcar have had a lot of the possession in this second half and have been a lot better. So Big Ben take the kick here, and
Ben take the kick, and it looks like the number 4 Oisin McShane who's going to come off. Who it might be correct.
It has to be. Is that not? Maybe that is Oisin McShane. Is it? It is Oisin McShane, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's. Jack Hegarty's still out.
Oisin can be proud of his contribution today. He's a really good game, very impressed with the 2 cornerbacks, and as you say, they bring on substitute Corey O'Donnell.
It is Oisin, sorry, my fault. I thought it was Jack Hegarty, because I think they both have white boots on them, have they? But that's Oisin again, a young lad, and Corey O'Donnell's a natural cornerback as well, Brendan, so that should be, he's young, but that should be okay. So Jack Hegarty's actually in the full forward line and beside Charles Byrne in there, so
had a lot of injuries this year, Jack, so he had some, fitness mightn't be where he wanted to be. But the ball currently in possession of The big man, Ben Rafferty, in the middle of the field, he's had an effective second half too, but that's not a good pass, so it's not, and he puts his own man under pressure, and it's eventually turned over by James Doherty for Arua Killy-Gordon. James carries the ball up the field and plays a nice ball inside, but it's well read by the Kilcar full back line, and he plays it out. That's brilliant football, so it is, and an opportunity, and again it's Carl Lyons. What a storming cornerback this man is, and what a game he's had all day for the Kilcar men, and he plays it out, does really well, links up a couple of links of play, and the ball eventually works its way out to Lee McLaughlin, stand side of the pitch. He's confronted by a number of Arua Killy-Gordon defenders, so he has to come back, but that's alright, and the ball eventually works its way to Carl Lyons and over to the centre half back, who is Michael O'Donnell. Michael O'Donnell taking a couple of touches. Kilcar look happy in possession to retain this ball, but they have to remember there's only a point in this game. This is going to go right down to the wire, and then it's eventually fouled by Conor Gallagher. Referee speaking to the Arua Killy-Gordon man, it looks like it's James Doherty he's speaking to. He gets a yellow card. It wasn't him that committed the foul, it was the other player, so James might have had a different opinion than the referee, Charlie Creevy, but in any case it's a free to Kilcar on the halfway line, and they have been really a lot better in this second half than they were in the first half, Martin.
Yeah, yes, Brendan, definitely a better far. And you know, we talk about the big players, you know, the Michael Gallaghers, the Jack Higgertys, the Liam McLaughlins, the Ben Raffertys, all these players, and we can't forget Carl Lyons at cornerback, and the man that went off, Oisin McShane, and they've all really performed well.
So ball worked away, and now it's Michael Gallagher again attacking the heart of the Arua Killy-Gordon defence. He's unable to get a shot off because there's a lot of black and red jerseys around there, but he does really well to work it back to Jack Hegarty. Jack puts it up, and Jack puts it over the black spot, turns away in celebration. He's had a huge second half, so he has, for the Kilcarman. That's his third point of the second half, and Kilcar go into a 2-point lead, 1-7 to 8 points, Martin.
Yeah, Jack Hegarty's got the 3 points in a row. The last one, Kilcar got level with a Ben Rafferty penalty, and Jack has got 3 points, the last 3 points. Brilliant scores, all with his left foot.
And the ball is kicked out high around the middle of the field, broken down by Ben Rafferty into the hands of a Kilcar player, and they get another opportunity to get the ball up the field, and it's with number 18, Kieran O'Donnell. Kieran O'Donnell turns back because he thought there was nothing on inside, plays it out to Daniel Byrne. Daniel Byrne across the field to Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin again in control of this ball, has a look up to see if there's anything inside, thought about it, decided against it to retain possession, and they have done so, and now they attack the far side of the field, and another opportunity for Kilcar coming in on the far side, and that one is put just wide. Oren Hegarty, I think you're right, Martin, but again a good opportunity, good play, and it just shows take on the first man, beat the first man, and there's opportunities that present itself after that.
You said in your comment to the first half, when Red Hughs done a lot of attacking up the side, they'd be better going up the far side. Kilcar have gone up the far side away from us there where they're left footed, and they've been very successful on doing that, going up on the grandstand, because it's easier to score. It's very difficult to score on this side of the field, playing into the goals as we look up to the right here.
It is indeed, and they've got great joy from that, as you say, Martin, but that ball is played out and it's all going Kilcar way. Arua Killy-Gordon kicked the ball out over the line, and the ball in his possession of Ben Rafferty over far side of the field. 8 points to 1-7, Kilcar leading by 2 points. Time, Martin?
It's what, 28, nearly 28 minutes into the second half, so there's only 2 minutes I make it left in the game, and you know, Kilcar have been by far, talk about a game of 2 halves. The first half, there's no doubt, and the big score was a penalty. Was really, Brendan ended up being scored to get, you know, it's going to be very hard to take it back in points with the conditions and everything else. And Michael Gallagher's run to the centre, being fouled, and finished at the second attempt by Ben Rafferty. The goal was always going to be a big score in a low scoring game.
Absolutely. Killy-Gordon in desperate stakes here, in possession with their left half back Adam Doherty. They need a score. They've only got 1 point in the second half. They haven't really troubled the Kilcar defence only on a number of occasions, but they need to get something now, trailing by 2 points going into the final moments of this game, and the ball is with their centre fielder Conor Gallagher. They'll be looking for him to do something. Ball eventually works its way back to number 13, who is Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin plays it back to wing half forward Liam Carlin, couple of touches. Kilcar have all the bodies back, forcing him to make a decision he doesn't want to do, so he comes across the field. Eventually ball works the way back to Conor Gallagher. Started off the move and was outcrowded by Kilcar players, and is so again, but again moves the ball, and it's with their centre half forward Keir Brown, plays it into Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher just between the 14 and the 21, and he does really well, puts it over the bar. They had to work really hard for that score, Martin, and again showed great composure. Conor Gallagher involved a number of times, eventually slots the ball over bar, bring it back to a 1-point game. We're near time up. Could we be in for extra time? This kick out is going to be crucial.
Kick out's crucial. I'll keep an eye on Pat Walsh to see what he puts up on that board. He's talking to the referee. He's going to put it up shortly. I think it's just gone within a couple of seconds of the 30, and the Red Hughs men have the ball, Brennan.
They have the ball back again, and it's with their ring half forward, number 10, Liam Carlin with an opportunity. That puts it in high. It's a dangerous ball, so it is. It's won by the Kilcar, by the Irua Killigordon man in there. He has to come back out. No option for him. Plays it out. It was Ciara Brown who had it. Now it's back with their Liam Carlin. He puts it across the field, but it's read brilliantly by Jack Hegarty, and an opportunity to relieve the pressure here for Kilcar as he carries the ball up the field.
4 minutes.
It's going to be 4 minutes, so there's plenty of time for it to go anyway. Jack Hegarty taking on his old foe at county minor level, James Doherty. Does really well initially and eventually loses the ball, and it's with the centre half back now for Red Hughs, Killigordon, Conor Galvin. He plays it up the field. Desperate times here. Ciara Brown in possession of the ball, drops it, has to come back for it. 4 minutes left. Will they get another opportunity to draw this game level, or would they be even possible to get a 2-pointer? Ball in possession of Irua Killigordon. Now it's with the midfielder again, Conor Gallagher. He's the danger man. Kilcar know he's the danger man. Beats the first tackle, can't beat the second tackle. Bodies around him, and again, have Kilcar got the turnover? No, they haven't. Referee Charlie Creevy has decided that it hasn't. The player had touched the ball on the ground, so it's going to be a free out for Kilcar, and that was a nervous moment for them. But again, that was the man that they were afraid of. Conor Gallagher looked dangerous attacking them there, but Kilcar, to be fair to them defensively, had the numbers back and were able to force the pressure on him, Martin.
Yeah, as you said, he's a very, very good footballer. I just think he needs to work on his left foot to become that next stage. He was trying to get onto his right foot, and Kilcar knew they pushed him onto his weak left foot, and he tried to get onto the right foot. But he's a fabulous footballer, but just something that he needs to do. And here goes Michael Gallagher again, just really smart play, waited for the ball to beat his man, and he comes up the middle of the field, plays a hand pass in to the number 12, who is Daniel Byrne. Daniel Byrne plays it back to Michael Gallagher. He puts it up in the air. It looked like it was going over the bar. That shows you the strength of the breeze, because it took it real back, and it's back with Daniel Byrne, who was more alive to the goal, kept the ball alive. He plays it back to Jack Hegarty. Jack Hegarty now has a pot, puts it in on top of the keeper, but again the keeper does brilliantly well. He's in an absolutely storming game for his team today, so he has saved them on a number of occasions. And Irua Killigordon back in possession of the ball, and it's their number 2, who is Keelan Burns coming up the field. Will they get another opportunity? A lot of players down with cramp. The ground has been very taken out of the legs today, so it has, with their number 13, Brian Irwin. He plays it on, and now we have them tackling far side of the field. That is some pace that this player is showing, so it is for Irua Killigordon. He fisted and it just goes wide. What an opportunity, and what pace that man showed coming in from the right wing, but unable to get the direction on it, and it just tails to the right and wide. Was that their last opportunity, or will they get another one? He did everything right, Brendan, as you said, only just maybe fisted from his own point of view a wee bit too early. He should have carried on, but we'll be happy enough in Kilcar. But there's a lot of players down injured from the two camps, and are down with cramp. I don't think either team would want extra time.
And the ball again, huge contest out around the middle of the field. James Doherty was under, big strong man. He wins the ball and eventually is able to work it out, and it is Conor Gallagher plays it out to his number 12, who is Riley Stewart. Back to Ciara Brown. Ciara Brown plays it back to his wing half back, who is Killian Rush. Now with the centre half back, Conor Galvin, over to James Doherty again. James Doherty did brilliant to win that ball, because he was surrounded by 4 or 5 Kilcar players at the time, and he now is back in possession of the ball. Can they create one more opportunity to get that level and score? Will we see extra time here in Father Tierney Park, Ballyshannon, in this under-21C final? The ball is played in, and it's with danger man Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher plays it back to Ciara Brown, another danger man out the field now to the centre half back Conor Galvin. But the referee blows his whistle and it's all over. Kilcar under-21C champions for Donegal for the year 2025 in the last competitive football game in the county in this year. We had an exciting game. We didn't get the high scoring games that we got in the A&B final, but we certainly got a lot of intensity and a lot of effort. So we did, Martin. And Kilcar, I think, on the performance on the second half, played really well and come out on top.
Yeah, it was a very close game. Give a lot of credit to Red Hughs, first of all, for a great performance and everything else. but Kilcar just had that, but a couple of quality players that made the difference in the end up, and made the difference. Jack Hegarty's 3 points were very, very important. The 3 points he got, Ben Rafferty's penalty, and then you had Michael Galler who got the penalty and played really, really well, and then that man Liam McLaughlin. Liam McLaughlin was very, very good as well, and I think they're talking about a man of the match up here. I don't think it'd be fair for me to pick, maybe leave it to other people to do that today because of my own club involved, but I think it's all round good performance. Great for us. Look, it's unfortunate for Red Hughs, but it's brilliant for Kilcar. It's a brilliant one, and it's a great victory for us. We are, as we know, the weak club, as you say, Brendan, but it's great, and we can build on this here because it's a very young Kilcar team, and probably, in fairness, a very, very young Red Hughs team as well, but it's great for us and for Gary Riley and the management team and everything else been brilliant. I know people might say it's a C competition and everything else, but look at this is good, and it's good for all the young lads, and it's good for the club to finish the last game of the year, to finish here on a good note for us, but Red Hughs can be very proud of the performance. They have some really, really good players that we will see, Brendan, at a higher level down the road, at a higher level, and that there. So I would figure out that we'll see these two teams maybe meeting again in later on. We'll see them meeting again at a later stage, because at later competitions, maybe next year again in an under 20 or whatever competition, or maybe a minor competition. But look, at the day belong to Kilcar, and we'll celebrate this in Brendan, because we don't win many, and we struggle at underage, and they're a very good bunch of young lads coming through that, and it's not easy. We ended up maybe having very little as you look at it. How many subs we had? Some of the subs there weren't even fit to play because they're injured and that there, so our numbers always short. So yeah, great day, and there'll be a big night about the Kilcar town tonight and later on when these lads get back. And the important thing is to enjoy it was important for them, but for Red Hughs, they can be very proud of themselves, Brendan, and they had some very, very good performance. But I just think that in the end up, maybe Michael Galler was the man that kept Kilcar in the match. When they needed him to perform, he could foul for the penalty as well, which was the turning point of the game. So he was brilliant. Liam McLaughlin and Jack Hegarty on that far side had a very, very good second half. And we can't forget the man with the left foot, Carl Lyons, and cornerback, and he played really, really well. So all round, we're happy in Kilcar. I was very impressed with Conor Galler. I thought, he's a very, very exciting, very, very exciting player. And you told James Doherty as well, the two midfielders, the centre back and the full back, and then the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper was hugely important to them. Yeah,
he even saved the penalty, but he was unlucky with the rebound. So Tom McMenamin was very, very good in goal. So from it was one of them games. You were talking about extra time, Brendan. It could have gone to extra time. It was that close in the end up. But yeah, look, I think Kilcar would be happy it didn't go to extra time.
Yeah, listen, Kilcar come out victors on a day by 1 point, 17 to 9 points, as you mentioned, Martin. Some really brave performances on the Eru Killy Gordon side. So there was, you look at Thomas McMenamin, Conor Galvin impressed at number 6, James Doherty, Conor Galler in the middle of the park, Liam Carlin, Keir Brown. But ultimately, that second half performance from Kilcar, solid goalkeeper, the full back line, hugely impressive. Carl Lyons, Oshie McShane in particular, thought they were absolutely brilliant in the first half, getting Kilcar up the field. Liam McLaughlin had an absolutely outstanding second half, ably supported in the half back line by Hugh O'Donnell, Michael O'Donnell. Ben Rafferty, really strong middle of the field, contested really well in the second half, while they may have been outgunned in that middle third in the first half, really came into it in the second half. Michael Gallagher was sublime the whole way through. I felt that, when Kilcar were struggling in other areas of the field, he was the man that was driving them forward, particularly in the first half. Jack Hegarty came alive in the second half, kicked 3 or 4 brilliant scores from play, crucial scores, and it was ably supported then by the rest of the full forward line. But congratulations to Kilcar on winning the Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure Under 21C football final. As Martin says, celebrations in Kilcar tonight, and great to see it going back to the wee village.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get Gary Riley, the manager, up to say a few words, maybe Brendan with you in a little while, when hopefully not too long we get the celebrations. Ben Rafferty, there's nobody deserves to lift a cup in our parish more so than Ben Rafferty, because fair play to all the work and all the effort and everything else he's put into the club at all levels, and it's great for Ben to lift this cup.
Yeah, and I'd have to say my own experience of knowing Ben too would be that too. So he's a top class, very mannerly guy, and really works hard at his game, loves the game of football. So proud day for Ben and his family, and indeed all the Kilcar players, and the Red Shoe or the Erua Killigordon lads can hold their heads high, battled really bravely, and there's some fine footballers, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of them in the years to come. So from Father Tierney Park here in Ballyshannon, thank you for joining us today. We had an exciting match, conditions weren't great on the day, but both teams served up a really exciting game that went to the wire. Kilcar emerging victorious and take back the under-21C title to Kilcar. Really aren't a good indication of what's going to happen in knockout, but that's good link-up play for Red Shoes, and they get a shot off, and it goes high and it goes over the bar. Ryan McConnell assesses his options, plays a little thread ball in, a good ball into a centre half forward. We're number 11 is Conor Gallagher, and Conor Gallagher puts it over, and that lovely dink ball into inside forward line, but it's picked up by their number 9, who's Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher bearing down on goals now with an opportunity to get Kilcar's first score, and he does that expertly. The numbers there, that's played by number 10, who's Ryan McConnell. Ryan McConnell plays it in, but the ball spills back out to the number 12, and the number 12 puts it up and puts it over the bar.
It's their own fault when they give the wrong jerseys and give us the numbers.
Yeah. And I'm sure James won't mind it anyway, so that's put over the bar. Plays a fisted pass into his inside forward. Inside forward, we're number 13, slips it off to number 12. Number 12 is Alex Scott. Alex puts it over the bar. Riley Stewart threads the ball back to his left half back, Adam Doherty. Adam Doherty plays it into the middle of the park, and then creating a brilliant opportunity. I think the foul before it maybe was more so of a black card.
Yeah.
but maybe it's accumulation of them. Oh, and here's Jack Hegarty bearing down on goals. He has a shot. It's brilliantly saved by the port now from his wing half back, number 5, who's Brian Irwin. Brian Irwin, with a bit of time, has a look at the post, and that's huge composure. That's an absolutely wonderful score from Brian Irwin. And 1-5, he drove the ball out low and hard, and it's one out in front by Kilcar. Eventually works its way back to their number 18, who is Kieran O'Donoghue, who's Oisin McShane, having a fine game. Plays the ball off now to Michael Gallagher. He plays it off, and again it's Oisin McShane in possession of the ball. And now Jack Hegarty with a chance and goals, but again it's in his hands. He plays it through to Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher takes a number of touches, evades a couple of tackles, and is going to keep going. Drives past a number of tackles, goes to ground. Referee, the
game, considering this could draw at level, he scores this goal. Definitely go for power.
Quick enough, he goes for power. He doesn't get it, saved by the keeper, but he comes in on the rebound and has the easy possession. Far side of the field under the stand. Takes on the first, evades the first tackle, has a look at the post, puts it up on the bar. Jack hits it high and hits it over the bar. What a super score. Dink ball in, a lovely dink ball in inside into the full forward. Ryan McConnell beats his man and it's back with Ciara Brown, and he just has to sturdy himself and does brilliantly well to put it on. Occasionally he decides, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Gets inside his man, plays a lovely, takes it back, plays a lovely 1-2 and puts a brilliant point over the bar. That's an absolutely fantastic score for the shot off, because there's a lot of black and red jerseys around there, but he does really well to work it back to Jack Hegarty. Jack puts it up and Jack puts it over the black spot, turns away and moves the ball, and it's with their centre half forward. Ciara Brown plays it into Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher just between the 14 and the 21, and he does really well.
Shop local at Hegarty Centra Kilcar, your community store with great value every day. Have you seen our amazing gift hampers? Ready-made or custom-made to suit every budget, perfect for any occasion. Drop in today or call 074 973 8492. Hegarty Centra Kilcar.
Make your event unforgettable with Yes Chef Catering, proudly serving Donegal and the Northwest with fresh, locally sourced food. From weddings and parties to corporate events, Michael, Tara and the team deliver quality, care and stress-free catering. Call 087 684 3311. Yes Chef Catering, where great events begin.
From the wild Atlantic coast of Donegal comes CBio, an innovative, sustainable seaweed biostimulant company helping crops grow stronger naturally. Hand-harvested Irish seaweed blended with cutting-edge science gives farmers, horticulturists and groundskeepers healthier plants, higher yields and greater resilience to stress, all while protecting the environment. CBio's natural products work with nature, not against it. Discover how CBio can help your crops thrive sustainably. Visit cbio.ie and follow at CBioStimulants. CBio, growing a sustainable future naturally.
At Michael Murphy Sports and Leisure, we cater for everyone, from top sporting athletes to relaxed casual sporting individuals and everyone in between. We also provide a large range of teamwear services and cater for schools and clubs. Orders can be customised to your specification to suit your individual needs. From clothing to equipment, we've got you covered.
So I'm delighted to be joined by the victorious Kilcar captain midfielder Ben Rafferty. Ben, congratulations.
Thanks very much, Brendan.
Big win today. You really had to grind it out. First half maybe you struggled a wee bit. You know, never really got that flow, particularly around the middle third, but second half was a tour de force. You must have been happy with that. Did you have a big discussion at half time?
Yeah, well, no, Brendan, this time of year, we've been playing in conditions like that all year, and it can be tough to get going, like winter football, but the pitch there was in excellent shape. But no, we struggled through it in the first half, and we knew we'd a massive uphill battle. There was a wee wind going sort of out of our favour in the second half, but you know, we're well used to the wind in Downey. We're well used to playing against the wind. They always say Kilcar play better against the wind. We fought hard there, and we got there in the end.
You did indeed, and did really well in the second half, as I say. I know it was always going to be difficult. You were coming in here, you'd met this team, Reg Hughs or Erua Killigordon in the group stages, and you had a comprehensive victory over them. So that was always going to be a difficult thing to negotiate coming into the final too, so I feel, Ben.
Yeah, that game was a game of two halves that day. We got the bounce on them in the first half. We played excellent against the wind, and then we had it in the second half and capitalised. But here today, you know, they probably knew that. They played the conditions excellent in the first half. They kept ball and they just frustrated us.
Yes, yeah, and their keeper was forced into making a number of big saves, so we were, and even along with your penalty, Ben, you know, saved your penalty, but you were alive to it and then to finish it to the net. It was a huge score in the context of the game.
Yeah, it was, and again, just fortune, maybe with that bit of luck on that occasion. But I think, you know, the hard work we put in all year, we made that luck.
Absolutely, and sometimes you do that, and you know, I was really impressed, you know, particularly with Lyons. McShane, cornerback, played really well, I felt, and Liam McLaughlin had a huge second half. Michael in the middle of the field, absolutely brilliant, and of course Jack kicked over three great points in the second half. So you know, you got your big players stood up when you needed them to stand up, and you know, on a final day that's very important. So it is that your big players, and of course yourself too, not forgetting yourself, Ben, you know, really strong on that second half and got a better gripper on the middle third.
Yeah, we've always fancied ourselves as footballers in Kilcar. You know, we're ball players, and you mentioned the two cornerbacks there, Carl Lyons, Oisin McShane, brilliant on the ball. You know, as a team we're all comfortable on the ball, and as you said, a lot of boys stood up today. The minor lads, they've been massive coming up this under-21 campaign. They've no fear. They just take everything on, and Michael's a perfect example there. The two today, and all of them just excellent. And
you know, it is a very young squad. I think you'd seven minors playing on the team today, so you know, a lot of people talking about, you know, demographics and numbers down in Kilcar, and there obviously is an issue there with numbers, but it's great to see these young fellas coming through, and there is a team in the making there, Ben. And you know, I suppose the senior players on this under-21 team like yourself to lead these fellas must be a matter of great pride for you. Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, we're down in Division 3. That's not where Kilcar want to be. But, you know, as a group of players at the start of the year, we didn't sulk. We put the head down. We got to work, and we are where we want to be now at the end of the year with this cup here. Yeah, and listen, Ben, I know you from your involvement with County Minors a number of years back in the under-20s, and just delighted for you. Congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations. Thanks very much, Ben. Well deserved. All right, Ben? Cheers. Come on. See you. Oh, Larry. Thanks, Ben. I don't really need it. Yeah? Well, or do you want to do it? You'll be finished in a minute then. So I'm joined here by the Kilcar manager, Gary. Congratulations. That was nervous, if anything, so it wasn't. You know, first half, you kind of, you know, you'd have to say Reg Hughs or Erua Killigordon had the upper hand, particularly around the middle third. But the second half, you came out with a tour de force. Oh, very much so. I mean, I'd like to say I aged on the sideline there that second half, but not the first half. I think in a lot of ways maybe we might have shown a wee bit too much respect to Red Hughs. I mean, there was a lot of talk during the week about the handy game or whatever we had in the group stages, and we knew it was never going to be that. Like Erua, they're a very, very good footballing team. You can see that. And in the first half, we just couldn't get anywhere near them. So we had to reset. We went in at half time and we challenged the lads.
they hadn't worked as hard as they had for 8 weeks to come up here now and wilt away and to go out and give an honest effort and a good disciplined performance themselves in the second half. And thankfully, I always think Kilcar teams are better, let's say, up the hill and against the wind. That's what we train in year round. So I'm delighted for them, and I think the right result came out in the end. I think 1.1 I think was probably fair, maybe I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, based on the second half in particular, and yes, you'd have to say that Aero Kilgordon did have opportunities at the end, but she defended heroically. I thought the cornerbacks, Lyons and McShane, were exceptional throughout the game. Liam McLaughlin had a huge second half. The two boys in midfield, particularly Michael, really drove you the whole game, particularly in the first half when you were struggling. He was involved in your scores, and then Jack kicked 3 brilliant points in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, it's actually an interesting story with Jack. He a group game against Killybegs that we lost. He wasn't happy to be taken off, and I suppose it's a manager's job. You have to speak to these players, and I had a conversation with him that night. And I said to him that if he worked hard, if he gave everything, if he backed himself, I would back him. And I says, I guarantee you, you'll get the winning point in the county final. And I says, that's the first thing I said to him at the end of the game. It's just amazing the way it happened for him, because he's had a tough transition coming from Dunlow, or coming from Duncanelli in, and I think his dad's surname weighs heavy on him, but I think he's starting to show now that Mickey Higgerty is Jack Higgerty's father more than the other way around.
I'm sure he'll be shouting that around Kilcar tonight.
It wasn't just Jack. I mean, it was a fantastic performance from the older players, especially to settle. But you can see the talent in the younger lads as well, and they feed off them senior boys, them older lads. And it was just a matter of believing and working hard, and luckily enough, we came out on the right side.
Yeah, and on
I
big days.
do want to give huge credit to Red Hughs. A lot of people would say that we were saying Red Hughs are going to be a good team, and if they can keep them young lads together, Red Hughs aren't that far away from moving up the leagues either.
100%, Gary. I was hugely impressed with Red Hughs today. So there's some really, really good talent out there. So they have all over the field, and a couple of exceptional players, and look really dangerous on the ball. So they did. But again, you had to deal with that. And I suppose that was difficult. After the group stages, having a comprehensive victory against them, to know that we've seen it throughout the senior championship that group stages don't have a reflection on performances later in the championship, and that proved to be the case today. So you had to dig awful deep to get that.
Absolutely, and even the result, the semi-final against Killybegs, it was a reversal, the game in Towney, and I think in a lot of ways the defeat to Killybegs in Towney was nearly a catalyst for us. I think the boys realised that we had a tough game against Newborough, which probably maybe people thought we'd win anyway. Then we had an easy game with the wind against Red Hughs. So I think the defeat to Killybegs, it was a reset, and we worked hard for the 2 weeks, and when we came out then, the semi-final against Killybegs, it was won at all costs. It was a real throwback to an old school championship. There was no quarter aster given, and I think it was 12 minutes to go, Jack got himself a black card, probably well-earned black card, but
no bother to Jack.
The lads dug deep. The last 15 minutes against Killybegs and the second half here, that's what Kilcar is all about. That's what these young lads hopefully will bring forward with them, and on to next year to reserve or senior or wherever they go.
Yeah, and you mentioned the big players, and this certainly led it out in the second half, but I know that there's 7 or 8 young minors in that team too, and that has to be a sign of hope for the future Kilcar, that there are these young fellas coming through.
And it's the same that there's only 4 lads over age next year, and we've 1 or 2 more young lads that might be coming into the fold next year. The likes of Ben there, the captain, I mean, he was a leader out there. He's been a leader all year. He's driven them lads on. Every one of them young lads have bought into what we tried to bring to them. Like, we watched the young lads in their minor semi-final against Letterkenny Gales. We seen the hurt. We had an average year in terms of reserves and seniors as well. So it's like we came in cold. We said we'd see what these lads had the first night we had them at Towney, and we seen there was a serious hunger in them. And we said, you know what, we'll push them as hard as we can, as hard as they've been pushed before, just to see what we can get out of them. Like, getting to a county final wasn't even an aim at the start. It was literally, let's get a 1 or 2 and see how we go.
Yeah.
So to get to a county final was reward in itself, but to win it, I mean, I have to say, for a neutral, the second half there must have been well, maybe not for Red Hughs. I'm looking for myself. I thought it was a great second half of football. Like
it was certainly was. It was huge excitement. So there was, and every battle, every ball was fought for ferociously in all areas of the field. There was turnovers everywhere, and listen, you're going into Christmas. You have a trophy to bring down the road, which you can enjoy. You'll have a joyful Christmas down there, and celebrate this with the young fellas, and well deserved. And congratulations,
it's
Gary.
a good bit of pride back to the parish. Listen, thanks very much. Yeah. We'll celebrate.
Do that. Well deserved, and enjoy it, and best of luck going forward.
Sure, we'll see you in the future.
Okay, come on, Gary.